But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop.
Hello and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace.
I'm so debonair.
Birthday boy, happy birthday. This is Champagne and Things. So, how are you doing?
I am doing good. I'm feeling really good. It's my birthday, so
Yes. Do it like it should be day. Us.
yeah.
Yes. So everybody, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you comment and interact. Thank you, the Queen of Cheesecake. My mod is here. I'm waiting on Aviel, but hey, Reparations. She said, happy birthday, So Deb.
Thank you.
Yes. And Learning to Love Myself said, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Vegas girl. Yeah, they're showing the love.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. So before we get started, do you want to talk about anything else before we jump into these topics?
I mean, how's everything been going with you?
It's going good. I'm a little congested because of the weather here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been changing a lot. So
yeah.
Oh, they're giving you all these champagne glasses and happy birthdays.
Look, I had to mix my champagne with tequila today.
And you got a big glass at that. Well, I'm actually just drinking wine in a champagne glass, so we can fake like a champagne today. But
Busy called me tacky when I do stuff like that. So I just put it in the cup.
So let's get into it. So the first topic is the R. Kelly trial. So basically, the prosecuting side has rested their case, and now it's time for the defense. They had all these witnesses, but they basically didn't show up. One said they were out of town, and he had two witnesses left. One was a guy who they were trying to place him like at the scene of the different times that he was, I guess, with women, and he could never point himself out. So they basically said he would not know whether or not he can't speak for R. Kelly, basically.
Right.
And then the other witness was a ex-police officer, or I don't know if he's a current police officer, but he was there during the Aaliyah time, and he was charged in 2007 for using fake $100 bills. So he's not credible as well.
Wow.
So it doesn't look like this chivalry that they were trying to say he was, that it's just made up.
Yeah. I saw that in that article, they were talking about how the people were that had to testify against him were nervous. Like they were having a hard time with that. So I could imagine that these people were probably just playing hooky, basically.
Yeah.
They probably didn't want to be there because they already knew. And, you can't lie on the stand. So
exactly. And yes, we are matching the Queen of Cheesecake.
and this was not on purpose.
I know. Great minds think alike. So I'm sure they were nervous with all the testimonies that the prosecuting side had. Yeah. It's like, how do you come after that? And hey, Aviel, this is my other mod.
Hey.
But how do you come after that? And how do you speak on someone where the other testimonies were just so damaging, and it was so many women that came out of the woodworks?
Right.
It's a case closed for me.
It was case closed for me when it first started. I mean, we watched him do the thing with the little girl on the piece. So, I mean, I literally, I don't even understand all the time why we have to go through all of this. Maybe because of all the other cases to determine the actual punishment. But I think that this is traumatizing for the women who went through this period. So I'm glad that we're able to, finally get a piece on this. If as soon as they get this done. Now, does he have to go somewhere else for more court cases, or is this it?
No, I think he does have to go somewhere else. These are the charges. This case is what was brought by the federal government, and it deals with the taking a minor over state lines and the RICO, basically the racketeering or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think he does have another trial to do.
I mean, at this point, just leave him where he's at, and why do we have to keep going through all? Are these women getting something from him? Like, are they going to be compensated?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they will be compensated. I feel like they should. I feel like with his music, which this is why I don't agree with canceling his music.
Mm-hmm.
I want the proceeds from his music to go to his own children and the women, the victims.
Yeah.
So,
well, shout out to Drake. I mean, because now the bank is open again. So
yes.
Now everybody will be able to get paid.
Exactly. Chi-Town says he has charges in New York, Chicago, California, and Atlanta. This man is going to jail.
Where he's in New York now, right?
Yes, I believe so. That's where the first charges were brought.
Okay.
And they're not done with him. This is only the beginning. Yes. This seems so much worse than the whole Bill Cosby situation that happened.
Well, it is. I think that it's really worse because we've seen this in plain sight. You know, we knew about this because we knew he married Aaliyah, you know,
mm-hmm.
and they made it what it was. They ignored it. Then we watched the video of him. We ignored it. And, you know, years later, we could have been stopped this long time ago. So, you know, and I do hope, I know people always say, well, the parents and the people who work for him, I hope that after he goes to jail, everybody else gets in line to get their sentence as well, because this is not just an R. Kelly situation. And I'm ready for them to get the big dog done so they can deal with the small fish in the pond.
Exactly. I agree. So I don't think it's going to be a happy ending for R. Kelly, which is awesome. He needs to go to jail. And like Big Daddy Conrad, hello, she said he is going to jail.
You are about to lose your job.
Yes. Yes. And Yaya said, sad part, it takes so dang long to get him into different courtrooms. It does. It does. So,
but you know, if he has to suffer going to different courtrooms for the rest of his life, sorry. I mean, these women had to deal with this their entire lives.
Yeah, they had.
If R. Kelly got to deal with this for the rest of his life, sorry, but I mean, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, exactly. The trauma that he caused to a lot of these young women when they were kids, they do have to live with that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
In this, like, it just seems so inhumane, some of the things that he did to these women.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I understand people say it was a choice for some, but still, I look at him.
Yeah.
I definitely look at him. So moving on from that, we're going to move to the other problematic person right now, Nicki Minaj. So I want to talk about the two stories with her. So first we have Rihanna dropping her from her fashion show, the Savage X Fenty.
Thank God.
Yes.
I was so nervous for her with that because, you know, we love her. And I didn't want her to get caught up in the riffraff of what she had going on. I don't know if Rihanna just didn't know what was going on because, you know, she's in her own world or whatever. But you notice Beyonce ain't said that thing. And I think that, you know, when people seen that, I'm sure she got backlash. And they may not be in public, but I think that we were like, Rihanna, girl, no, this ain't it. Like, no. And so when I saw that today, I was like, we have to talk about this because I was really hoping that she opened up her eyes and actually saw what she was getting herself involved in. This is almost like Nicki Minaj getting involved with her husband on purpose. It's like, why would you even put yourself in this position?
Right. So I do want to go back to, I was going to say Queen Naja. Chi-Town Naja Girl's question. And hello, everybody. Hey, Evangelist Val. Hey, Anointed Heiress.
Thank y'all for the birthday wishes.
Yes. Hey, Cat in the chat, everybody. So Chi-Town said, I have a question. Do y'all think that his wife, Drea, was aware of any of this? Yes, I do.
I don't think that I feel like she was locked up in a room like the rest of the girls.
I'm sorry to laugh at that because I'm looking at the visual, but like, I'll say this, with being a wife, like, you have to know what's going on in your house. You have to know.
I don't think that she was that type of wife, though. I feel like she was like his baby maker. Like, he made children with her, but she didn't look like the rest of those girls. So I don't feel like he was flaunting her around the house all like that. Like, she was like his prized possession where she had knowledge of everything going on in that house. I don't think that. Even from her story that she told on the Surviving R. Kelly story, she basically said she never even seen those girls. She heard them. She didn't see them.
Do you think she's saying that because she doesn't want to be implicated in what he had going on? Because some of the word on the street is that she was recruiting women as well.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yes.
Wow,
So
I didn't hear that.
some people say she's just as guilty. So we won't know because she has said the same thing over and over again that she
Saying
know.
that,
Yeah.
I don't see the girl. I mean, that sounds like the Epstein thing, like where they were girls are recruiting girls. I don't see that in the R. Kelly case. I feel like his team was recruiting girls for him. I don't think those girls had enough power to even come out of where they were at in that. It was like going to the zoo, basically. Like, they had to stay in those cages. They didn't have a lot of opportunities to go out and do anything else. I don't see him trusting a girl or a woman to recruit for him. I don't see that.
Mm-hmm. Abiel said Dria's story evolved and changed so many times. I think she knew. So yeah,
I didn't know her story had changed.
I think she just doesn't want to be implicated. Yeah, I agree. But yes, going back to Nicki. Mm-hmm. So Nicki, with the vaccines and everything that she's been saying, which that's kind of tied to what's the lady that's under scrutiny right now? The marketing lady. She was, I think, PR for Nicki Minaj. I forgot her name. They were talking about her recently. But this lady is no longer working with Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj has been saying some crazy things about the vaccine. Well, allegedly, let me get this banner up.
Yes.
Allegedly, the vaccine makes your balls swell or something like that in a man.
Well, that's what happened. She said that's what happened with her cousin that was over in, where was he at?
Not Barbados. Is it I don't know. Trinidad, is that where Nicki Minaj is?
I think it was Trinidad. Yeah. And so she took this story and she posted it on social media, but she knows the power of her social media, which was why this was really like, so people are seeing Nicki Minaj for who she is now. I feel like a lot of us have seen who she was a very long time ago. Now the Barbs are a different type of people. Mm-hmm. So of course they're never going to admit that she's doing all this stuff, but she's been very problematic for a very long time. And I just feel like she gaslights really bad situations a lot. And no one holds her accountable because she is the female rapper and she's this and she's that. Listen, she was canceled me years ago, and I'm just so happy that people are getting to see her as who she is. And the Barbs are a weird type of people. It was Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes. And so they said it here in the chat, Trinidad, and Karen Civil is the lady that was like her marketing person, mm-hmm. Who she's going through her own problems. She scammed a lot of people allegedly. Mm. And so she's no longer working with Nicki Minaj. Since then, Nicki Minaj has been saying these outlandish things. And so, Biden's people came for her. Mm-hmm. She also, basically Rihanna dropped her because of that. It's just too much controversy.
Thank God. Get out of there, girl.
Get out of there. Exactly. And that brings us into the next story is it Karen Huff? Or no, Jennifer Huff.
Jennifer Huff, yeah.
Jennifer Huff, the victim, spoke out today and said that she was basically harassed by Nicki Minaj and offered money, $20,000. They told her, and this is what she said, they told her that if she doesn't take the money, this money will be used on her head, basically to kill her. Yeah. So that's...
Now, it's very interesting that of her story because some of us have already heard this story before. I won't say from where we heard it from, the channel that got taken down. This story was already there. I'm happy that she's able to tell her story on a major platform because I'm glad that she has an attorney now who's able to guide her through the situation because as a victim, it's really sad when the person who did you wrong is now is like doubling back. It's almost like you are re-experiencing this again. Mm-hmm. And so I saw the hurt in her when I watched that today. I watched the full thing. I sent you the clip, but I watched the full thing on The Real today. And it was really sad. Like she cried the way she cried when she did this interview the first time on YouTube. And She told that story today, but I didn't realize something. She told the story the first time, and she said that she couldn't say who took her to the courthouse to retract her statement, but it was the people who were taking care of her who did that.
Wow.
And I didn't know that. I thought it was Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't say who it was because I think she was still trying to protect that family because they had raised her. I thought that was really sad, and I think, but God placed that what is it, not the attorney, but the judge in the right place at the right time, because they said that the judge never walks up the steps, but she did that, or he or she did that day. And I thought it was so profound that happened for her, because it validates her story even much more, because she actually had people who back up what she's saying. I feel like this is so traumatizing. I hated to hear her talk about how she had to dumb herself down so she didn't feel attractive to men, so she didn't put off the same energy that she put off, well, that she felt like she put off when he did that to her. The whole thing was just, it was so cringeful to me.
Yes. Now, I did want to speak on this. Tasha K came, and Tasha K is in support of Nicki Minaj.
Of course.
She's stating that Nicki's husband served his time for this situation. Why is she coming out now talking about it when he served time for it?
Because they're harassing her now. And see what wasn't said on that interview today, because I know that she has legal advice, but what she said in the first interview was that they were calling her, asking her to do like walkthroughs of clubs and stuff, like showing up that she's cool with Nicki Minaj and him or whatever, so that people will think that they're cool, so that she can retract her statement.
And he would be exonerated her. Yeah. Oh.
So she didn't say that today because, of course, I think that, her attorney's like, just this is what you say, you know what I mean? But she gave a lot off on the first interview that she did, and she went into a lot of details about how they were harassing her. She gave off what she said today. She said that as well, but she gave off a lot more in the first interview. So
yeah, well, I have to see it because I didn't follow this. I wasn't feeling Nicki Minaj already. Like, I didn't have to hear the girl's story in order to feel a way about Nicki Minaj. It's just when she married him and all that stuff came out, then I just thought, what is she doing?
People refuse to understand that she's very problematic, but she's been problematic for a very long time. And the way that her cult or her fans or the Barbs act is a representation of her. And they act the same way. They are oblivious to real life. They don't understand. They don't comprehend real life things because they live in a fantasy world with her. And it's unfair. It's unfair.
I agree. Knowing that Eris said, they said that she may have been sexually abused herself, allegedly. Is this Nicki Minaj?
Heard that too.
I mean, Nicki Minaj or
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, he dated her when she was underage.
Yeah, she was in high school, I thought, when she originally dated him. Wow. This is a lot. It's heavy.
It's heavy. I feel like it's very important to talk about because this woman has been going through this for a very long time. And she's been literally, if Nicki Minaj would have left her alone, they could have gotten away scot-free. He just would still have to register as a sex offender, but she doesn't want that on him because then it is attached to her. But then why'd you later on have a baby with this man?
Yeah.
You put yourself in this situation. Exactly. Now you going to court.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all a hot mess. It's this further blackballs her from her music career and everything else that she could have been. I feel like it's just going down and it's no end to it. Basement. Right. And she was 14 allegedly. Wow.
Yes.
And by her brother. Wasn't he her brother is the one that
her brother did this. I don't know if the brother did it to her, but the brother is he still in jail for what he did to someone else?
I believe so, but with the petty guy, Nicki was 14 and he was
21. Yes, there you go.
OMG. And then she went back to her abuser, basically.
Yeah, but that's not a not normal thing though. Some people do fall in love with their abusers.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's just interesting. And I agree with Kiki. She said out of all the men she could have married and had a child with,
Exactly.
exactly. So we can get off Nicki for a minute.
We can get off of this. No, this is deep. So yeah.
Yes. So let's take it to a lighter tone. So Jermaine Dupri declined a versus with Diddy. I guess they were going to do a mini one right there. They had a battle line and they were going back and forth. And Jermaine Dupri was trying to take the higher road. And Diddy was like, well, I have hypnotized, all this other stuff. And Jermaine Dupri came back and said, well, do you have any R&B hits? Can your catalog beat this? And he played, was it Confessions Part 2 that he produced, which Confessions is, that's like.
But Diddy also had Total. He had 112. I mean, he has a lot of groups that they could have really had a good battle.
But no, he didn't have like, were they platinum? Like, because Jermaine Dupri
wasn't platinum?
I don't know. I don't think so. Jermaine Dupri has TLC. Like, that's like internet right there. I know.
So basically, that brother, I don't want to embarrass you.
Yeah, he's produced for them, and I know they were part of Babyface, LaFace, all of that. But Jermaine Dupri produced them somewhat as well. He also has, of course, Escape. He has a lot of people.
Little Bow Wow when he first came out. Little Bow Wow was not by his
Mr. 106 and Park.
He could have played Little Bow Wow the entire time and killed it.
Exactly. So, yep, they said OTLC. Yes.
I did not know that he had TLC.
He produced them originally, like some of their songs. He's in the videos and stuff. Yes, because they were all here from Atlanta. Oh,
I didn't know that.
And Da Brat. Keaton said, "Where are Diddy's artists?" Well, I know.
Still waiting on a paycheck.
Aubrey was on that reality show.
Danity Kane would have been good for him. Total would have been good for him. Like I said, 112. Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie was his biggest.
Yeah, but Little Kim.
Is Mary J. Blige was kind of Andre Harrell.
Rick Evans.
Yeah.
He has artists, but but I think that even we're talking about this though, I feel like
for Jermaine Dupri. What were you about to say?
I feel like even though Jermaine Dupri may have had more hits, like financially, Diddy had the bigger artist.
I feel like I'll have to respectfully disagree.
You're talking about Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, Biggie, Little Kim. Like, these four alone are icons. These are legends. Escape was a good group, but nobody's looking at Escape like a legend. They're looking at Little Bow Wow like a legend. The Brat gets her accolades because she was like one of the first female rappers, but nobody's standing for her. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's two different ballparks. Now, when you brought up TLC, then I have to be like, okay, now maybe that's something that I can go with. But I think it would have been a good battle, honestly. I do.
What about Usher?
And Usher.
And Jermaine Dupri, I think Jermaine Dupri, of course, when he was with Janet, did he produce any of her songs? I don't know that. But he did something for Mariah, too, I thought. He has a catalog.
He worked with Mariah Carey, too, as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think the playing field what is even. I think that Jermaine Dupri has more R&B legends and Diddy has more rap legends.
Yes, I would agree with that. And I'm going to Jermaine Dupri's Wikipedia page now. Now his discography, I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah, you said it right.
It has its own Wikipedia page.
Okay.
So he's like, it goes on and on and on. He's had a lot of different singles from people. So I do believe it's a good matchup, but I just think Diddy had a lot of groups that were one-hit wonders. And so with Identity Kane, Day 26, Diddy in the 90s was good, but Jermaine Dupri, I feel like his career goes well beyond the 90s.
They're only picking out of like 20 songs, I think, though.
I think Jermaine Dupri would get him. I don't know.
Out of 20 songs, I think they both could have really battled back. They could have battled.
Yeah. And Mrs. Kiki said Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z. I do think that's a better matchup because they both have more music. I want to know who do y'all think?
Jay-Z is a artist though,
but
Jay-Z is a producer.
Okay.
I thought the Dream would be good. Q said the Dream would be good, but I still don't think that he could battle with P. Diddy or Jermaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dream could go with what's that boy that sings "One in a Million" who would beat him? He would beat him, the guy that I'm thinking of, because he wrote the song "To the Left, to the Left." What's his name?
Neo.
Yes, Neo. I feel like Dream and Neo could go.
Oh yeah, they would be good. That would be good. That would be good.
Because they're both songwriters too.
Or Candy and the Dream.
Yeah, I agree. Or Candy, the Dream and Jazzy Faye. Didn't they have their show together?
Yeah, that would be good. That would be a good matchup.
So, but everybody
I didn't know that he produced a song for Little Kim.
Yeah.
Were they hits though?
Who produced some of Ray J's song? That "Wait a Minute" song, was that Puff Daddy or Jermaine?
Was that a hit?
I like "Wait a Minute." That was a hit.
You might have liked it, but it wasn't a hit.
But yeah, I definitely think Jermaine Dupri would beat Diddy. Diddy is all talk, like all talk. And Suge Knight said it best. If you don't want to produce it.
So Diddy produced Jodeci, Forever My Lady.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige was the 411. He did Reminisce. Let's see. Real Love. You Remind Me. I mean, the Biggie. He produced on TLC too.
Yeah, but Jermaine Dupri did more.
But none of these songs are hits. Let's move on. I don't know those songs. Again, Faith Evans, I'm gonna have to give it down. I know Faith Evans Total, like I said, Total. No Addition. That wasn't a hit though. MC Light.
Jermaine Dupri worked with Monica.
Well, I know that.
He worked with a lot of people. Mariah Carey. It's like that. That whole Emancipation Mimi, he had a couple of songs on that. I'm just looking at Jermaine Dupri. I still think Jermaine Dupri would beat.
Diddy did Mariah Carey, Honey and Breakdown. So that's good. He did LL Cool J, Phenomenon.
Was that a hit?
Phenomenon was a hit for LL Cool J.
I guess I didn't like that song. Yeah, Anointed Air is right. Dancing all in your video.
So he got R. Kelly on here.
I think they I still think Jermaine would win, but I think it's definitely a good matchup.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, I see that he's produced on stuff, but a lot of these songs that he produced on ain't.
I'm telling you.
You might be right.
He would beat him. And I would love to see a versus between them. Yeah. A real versus. And I think Jermaine Dupri will participate in that versus the one Diddy was trying to do real quick.
Now, if he did do this though, because he did produce Beyonce one time, so he could definitely bring her out if she came out. Whole thing down. Jermaine Dupri never got to do that part.
Right. Protect My Energy said they both have great production credits. It all comes down to the 20 songs they selected. JD and Diddy definitely work. Yes, I agree. Jermaine Dupri gets the crown. Trust. Yes. Nobody's checking for Diddy. Lord, where is Mace? Laugh out loud.
But he could pull Mace up on his catalog though.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters is who he can put up on the catalog.
We shall see. I can't wait to see that versus.
Yeah, I'm looking through his catalog now. You're probably right. I don't think these were really hits that he had. So yeah, you're probably right.
Yes. So I hope they do it. Yes.
Jermaine Dupri declined.
That was Diddy challenged him right there while they were like on a Instagram live or something. But Jermaine Dupri ended by saying you need to sign the paperwork to do the real verses, basically. Okay. So
I still would love to see it. I mean, I would love to see it.
Yes, it would be good. And speaking of verses, did we talk about we did talk about the verses between Fat Joe and Ja Rule. Yes, and how he was it Fat Joe? Yeah, how he said his those comments about the women. We talked about that, but yeah, we did. We a little bit. We
This is champagne and things. Sometimes I forget.
Yes, but I did. We did not talk about how good Ashanti looked in Nelly.
I didn't even watch it, so I don't know.
Oh man! Well, I didn't watch it.
Like, who was actually asking for that versus? I never wanted a versus with Fat Joe and Ja Rule. I would have rather saw Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
Yeah, but 50 Cent ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but I mean, Ja Rule and Fat Joe was not a thing that I was like, oh, let me turn in and see what's going on.
Yes. And Keaton said, why is Diddy dating women his kids have dated? What the F? Who the F does that? Did he? That was allegedly. Did he really date? What's her name?
I don't know if he did. I don't know.
We can't prove that. But yeah. What else you want to talk about? So I'm just looking at the stories you sent me.
I sent you.
So the Fugees announced their reunion tour.
I'm excited about this. Now, I am excited about this because we do also get Lauryn Hill with this, right?
Yes.
So I love the Fugees, but I think that I would say Claudia Ortiz, Lauryn Hill and Wyclef have two different catalogs for this entire thing. That if they do tours, it'll be amazing to see.
Yes, but is Lauren gonna be there? Is she gonna show up on time?
Well, she's probably gonna be there, but maybe when the concert is over.
Right, because then I just don't. I want to see it, but she has her history with Wyclef. Yeah. And so then she already have.
But the article said that they made peace. Like they're in a good space now. They're all in a good space.
I will believe it when I see it because this lady can't even do a concert on time.
Now if they come to Atlanta, and I'll probably go buy a ticket though. I ain't gonna lie to you, I would.
I would too because I love the Fugees. I love Lauryn Hill, and I hate that she hasn't really made any music after her one album.
Did you see when they asked her that why she said she didn't do it?
What did she say?
They never asked her to.
What?
I'm like, so why didn't you just go to another label or something? She said they never asked her to make another album.
I find that hard to believe. And hey, Jeff, my college friend, she said, laugh out loud, Lauren gonna be there acting funny and stuck up. She is. And it's like her, and I love her and Erykah Badu. I wish they would collab on something. I love them.
That'd be dope.
Yes. But
I would love to see a concert with her, Erykah Badu, and Jill Scott, honestly.
Yes, me too. Me too.
I would pay for that.
Protect My Energy said they did a block party for Dave Chappelle since her and Wyclef's fallout.
Yeah, that article was saying that she said the reason why they agreed to do it because they're all in a good place together now.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
The article said that they agreed to do it because they're all all on good terms now.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I think it will be really, really good.
People come out for it. I think it also gives Lauryn Hill an opportunity to redeem herself and also to make at least one more album. Like we need that.
Yes, we do. And I don't want to hear they didn't ask you to do it, Lauren.
Right. We're asking you to do it.
Yes, exactly.
The fans been asking for years, so because the label didn't ask you didn't do that didn't make any sense to me at all.
Exactly. So that's all of our stories except
let's not throw it. No, don't throw India Arie in here.
Why not? What's wrong with India Arie?
That's my bathroom break time. I would not be there for that. I'm not a fan of India Arie.
I don't know if your sound is going out. You sounded far away for a second.
Who, me?
Yeah, now you're back.
Okay. Maybe because I was backing away from that mic.
But I like India Arie.
I would rather see Vivian Green than India Arie.
Vivian Green, she was okay. I love India Arie's hits. She blends more, and I think her and Erykah are on a song together too. Oh my goodness, my daughter! Excuse my daughter. Clearly, she don't like the clap.
Jill Scott and Jill Scott and Erykah Badu have that song that If you don't worry about it. They wrote that song. Well, Jill
Yeah.
Scott wrote it.
Yes, I remember. And Jill Scott actually would perform it with them on tour. So Erica was, of course, on the radio version, but Jill Scott, when they would perform live, she would perform it.
Yeah, when they did their verses, Erica Badu said she was wondering why they even asked her to do it because Jill Scott sounded amazing on it.
Yes, and like I don't know, because I'm a big Jill Scott fan, and you know when her first album came out, she uses the clip from one of their concerts where she's like, "My name is JILLSCOT." Yes, that was from that performing that song. Oh, I love me some Jill Scott. I like them all. Like they all.
But don't add India Ivory to that now. I feel like she don't, because I mean, even Jill Scott has a little rapping moments. India Ivory doesn't really have that, so I wouldn't. It would throw it off for me.
I think India has it, and this is why I say India has it. She is one of those singers, like it. She just sings effortlessly. She doesn't have to sing so hard. I love the neo soul sound, like her, Music Soul Child. All of those people are like smoothly. What'd you say?
I love Music Soul Child.
Yes, and so
if I ever get married again, there's a song that will be on my wedding song.
Yes, definitely. So we've gone through all the topics except for Nicki Minaj getting sued by a reporter.
Did I send you that?
Yes, the reporter's been harassing her. I'm gonna go to the story. It's a $20 million lawsuit. It says Nicki Minaj facing $20 million lawsuit from reporter. Rapper previously leaked her phone number and address while accusing her of harassment.
I mean, if she did it, pay up that money.
Yeah. Nicki Minaj, she can't win for losing. That's what it seems.
I mean, she was winning until Remy Ma got out of jail. Then she went AWOL. I mean, she went crazy. It's like Remy Ma's not even making music. You could have just stayed on course and did what you were doing. But Remy Ma, Sheether really messed her up.
Yes, she did. Can y'all hear me? Somebody said I was going in and out.
Oh, I can hear you. I don't know if they can hear you.
But yeah.
But Sheether really messed her up. I mean, when Sheether came out, Nicki Minaj she went into hiding. She started doing crazy stuff, like having this baby by this pedophile, and like I'm like, Beyonce was on your song, and then you was on her song. Like, why are we doing this? I don't understand.
Exactly, and she also, she collabed with Meg Thee Stallion, and she made a comment.
But that song didn't do well, though.
I know, but she tried to make it seem like Meg Thee Stallion was using Meg Thee Stallion was using her.
Meg Stallion.
I know. Well, she made a comment basically saying artists will use you to grow their career. I don't see how.
I don't see that either.
I think Meg Thee Stallion.
I feel like she used Meg Thee Stallion because at that time she wasn't really doing it. The thing is this, and this is what I don't like about her, is this. She has not had she's never had a successful album. She's had successful singles. So if Meg Thee Stallion used her and then the single that she did use her for flopped, did she really use her?
Yeah. I want to go to Chelsea's comment. She said, my thing is this. Are y'all dragging Andrea Kelly for the thing R. Kelly was doing during their marriage, but Nicki was supposed to answer for her husband's actions before they met? So I do feel like it's two different situations. With Andrea Kelly, she was married to R. Kelly for many years when all of this stuff was going on. And so there has been rumors that she was recruiting the girls. It was like she turned a blind eye to it. Her story from certain people in the chat has changed. I've heard the same story. I didn't know. I did hear women, but I didn't think anything of it. He made me stay in a room. She came off as a victim herself. With Nicki Minaj married her abuser, and then Nicki Minaj went out and harassed the woman that accused him of rape, or the R word. I know I can't say it on YouTube. The R word. Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh shoot. But she accused him of that to have him exonerated. Even though he served his time, it's like she brought it back up. So I feel like it's definitely different. I'm not dragging anyone, But I will, in my opinion, I do feel like as much as I like Andrea Kelly, because I used to watch that show with her, the reality show, I still think that Andrea Kelly knew. Nicki Minaj is basically condoning.
Can you go back to that comment? Because I want to comment on this too.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, first of all, I personally don't think that Andrea Kelly, I feel like she was locked up in the room with the rest of them girls. It was like a R. Kelly zoo for women. So I don't think that she knew about nothing. Honestly, I don't. She looks like she's gullible to me. And the more that she talks on every reality show that she's on, she sounds even more gullible. So I'm not dragging Andrea Kelly. Now, the question for me that's really blowing my mind is Nicki was supposed to answer for her husband. None of us wanted her to answer for her husband. She voluntarily did. So,
I'm like, she did that.
I'm not understanding the question because no one asked her to say anything. She volunteered herself. So maybe you want to go back and look at it. But, if that's a bar, this is how they think.
Yeah, and I'm laughing at it knowing the air is blocked. But yeah.
We try to find logic in anything.
Yeah, I do. I agree with my kiddo. Andrea is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Okay, Andrea does come off like a liar. Like I said, as much as I like her, I don't believe that she did not know what was going on. So I know she's.
I just think she was not in the room with the rest of them girls.
She was.
Yeah, I do. I believe her. I believe that she was locked in that room, like the rest of them. When she told that story, I believed it.
Yeah. Another thing about Andrea Kelly, though. What?
I'm sorry. That comment was very funny to me.
Which one?
The one that we just read.
Yes.
It's like if you don't pay so you trying to tell me that water comes out of your faucet, but when you don't pay the water bill, it doesn't come out. Yes, that actually happens.
Here go Cardi B. This is why I love Cardi B, because she be going in. She said, "What kind of low self-esteem ass B would marry a R word?" That's the question you should be asking. Woo! Woo! Shots fired.
That's the real question. And the thing is, she's been around so many successful Black women who have real marriages and stuff, and you chose the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
You chose to have a baby and marry the gutter.
Yes. Karmic Expression said Andrea knew more than the other girls. She became the wife. Exactly. I'm telling you.
I feel like he had one woman he wanted babies by, and they normally, and if you realize those other girls were light-skinned girls, this was a browner skinned girl. He hit her. I feel like he hit her. And my thing is this, that other woman, I can't think of what her name was, but she actually said that she was bringing girls into that house. The girl with, I can think of what her name is.
Evangelist said she had to come out the room for baby milk, right? She ain't stay in that room the whole time.
You said that she had to use the bathroom in a bucket. And other girls in the house said the same thing.
Okay,
so it's not far-fetched.
I know, and that's another thing. If she is if with all that has occurred and how she feels victimized, another question, and I believe she was a victim as well. He was a manipulator, and so people like him are charismatic. They know how to get into your head, and he kind of comes off like a pimp because not only did he get into these girls allegedly, but this is where the RICO comes into place, this racketeering charge. He had an enterprise where he had his security guards, different people working for him to bring these girls and working with him to conceal this. And so not only that, men listen to him. So Andrea Kelly, I know she was manipulated, but she knew as well. I
just feel like I know how men treat darker skinned women, and I feel like what she said is real because I feel like he didn't really have any value in her besides making babies.
She's not even that. She's not.
She was a lot darker than the rest of these girls that was locked up in them other rooms.
Well, how do you explain he liked them all. The most recent girlfriend, it was the two girls. One escaped the house. I forgot her name. Was she the
one that was just like a boy?
No, that one too. He dealt with women that look like they came in all shades. And from my understanding, he tended to prefer browner skinned women because they were more like his mom. And so I just feel like, if anything, Andrea was the bottom B.
I feel like she was like I feel like that. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, if they bring up some proof of this, then I'll be like, okay, I get it. But I don't feel like, I feel like he didn't really value her at all. Like, I feel like he didn't look, because she wasn't visually like the other girls.
Mm-hmm. But I was about to ask, why would she keep his name?
Because that was the kid's last name.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that. Shantae said Andrea was the madam. Right.
I just can't see her incriminating herself on purpose, though. I mean, people do stupid stuff, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
conflicted now. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Chi-Town said Andrea was his backup dancer too. She still traveled with him, so how didn't she know?
I don't know. You're asking me too many questions. I'm not there.
Here's Chelsea Alana. She said, truth be told, Kenny's conviction was coming off the heels of the Central Park 5 in New York back in those days. Many black men were getting arrested for anything and everything, whether they did it or not. Oh
my God.
So that can be said, but what I don't want to discredit the victim as well. The victim, on her account, what she experienced the R from him. So he served his time. I can see that. What does not make sense to me, Chelsea, is again Nicki and Nicki harassing this lady. So, and it seems like it's been proven.
What year did this happen?
I think in 94. I have to look back and see. It was in the 90s. Keaton says Stockholm syndrome for Nicki and Andrea. That's what it seems like. And then Chelsea says, so if there had been a hood story that he did R her before Nicki even met him, it would make sense why she would believe his story. So but the thing is, though, Nicki was 14. So Nicki already is at that point manipulated by him. I don't know. Nicki.
First of all, wait, let's stop. First of all, the Central Park 5 stuff happened in 1989, right?
Exactly.
And it was with a white woman. Ain't nobody really sitting here thinking about no black girl getting the R word by a black man like they did the Central Park 5. So we're not going to sit here and pretend like this is a real thing. We know that this woman is terrified of this man. And not only that, but if it wasn't true, then why is his wife in 2021 trying to convince her to retract her story? And he's been registering as a sex offender since this has happened. Until he met her as a celebrity, now all of a sudden he doesn't want to register as a sex offender.
Exactly. And Chelsea is going hard for them. So Chelsea, can you explain the part of Nicki harassing the victim? Can you tell us why that would happen?
Because they harassed the Central Park 5.
I just want to know, and that's a serious question. And here go another Aaron.
Yes. She needs to go to the block where it's hot.
Sade says she thinks she's slick. You know how the murderer always called the police to throw the police off, so they think. Yeah. What's the point? Regardless, he
did it.
Yeah.
He admitted it. It's multiple parts to the statement. I'm saying it would be easy for Nicki to believe years of hood rumors versus the victim she never met. Well, I mean, if he was dating her underage, then why would it be unbelievable for her to think that he didn't do that to her underage?
And Anointed said he was charged for R, or he wasn't charged for R. He was charged for attempted R, but he did R her, and he served his time.
That's what he pled. That was his plea deal.
Yes. 30 years ago.
Right.
Ooh, Cardi B said this chick is clearly an apologist.
They will rationalize anything for her.
I'm behind in these comments. I'm gonna try to speed them up.
Wait, what did she say? 80, what did she say?
89 and 94 is not that far off.
It's 5 years apart. So, okay. What does that prove?
Nothing. I guess I'll say this. I can only say, what's the saying? If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a damn duck.
And so there's too many things that add up to him being guilty. And he clearly likes young women, women that he should not be in relationships with, seeing that he dated Nicki Minaj when she was 14. So it's not a good look. Oh, Chelsea says she wanted her to be a part of the documentary to tell the story what happened between them because she truly believes Kenny's version and she thought she would do it.
What documentary?
Yeah, I don't know. But this is
what they want you to believe is that the story that she told on The Real Today is the story. But again, when she told the story originally, she actually talked about how she asked her to walk through clubs with her to pretend like they were friends. This woman is petrified of the man.
And Chelsea, I haven't even been aggressive. Nobody has been aggressive. Not to cut you off, she said she thought it was a place for conversation and opinions. All this aggression is not needed. I'm still a fan of the show. So I'm not being aggressive. I'm hearing you out. I'm giving you the platform. I'm reading your comments because actually I could ignore them, but I'm reading them because I like the discussion. I like hearing the other side, but I'm just asking you to answer some of our questions. So I didn't think that was being aggressive, but I'm sorry you feel offended.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm being aggressive. I'm being aggressive. Another room around me.
Y'all, this she is a bar period, and we know they are some kind of different. Yes, this is a whole bar with bar logic.
I'm with you, Chi-Town Nigerian girl.
Yes, I'm gonna I'll drink to that. So
I just don't understand how you try to rationalize with someone who's done the R word. Like, I don't understand trying to rationalize what we know. This woman has been telling this same story for over, I think, 5 years now. Mm-hmm. At what point do you change, or at least think about what's actually been said here? We also know that he's dated his wife underage. Mm-hmm. So at what point do you actually put two and two together and say, maybe this might actually be real?
Exactly. I'm looking at these comments. I'm aggressive to you. So what? And chat like adults because they got real sensitive real quick. Yes. So, hey, Nikki
Pooh. Hey, Nikki Pooh.
So Kenny need his ass whooped, no judgment. Right.
You're gonna get it when he get behind them bars again.
Right.
And it's crazy because when people make these simple mistakes, he's gonna sit behind bars and say, I should just register as a sex offender. It was that simple. Sign my name up to say I'm a sex offender in this neighborhood. But I'm gonna sit here and try to convert this woman into saying something that I know that I did, allegedly.
So Mrs. Hicks says, not a Cardi B fan, but I think Nicki got married because Cardi was already married. She just chose the wrong dude. She's erroneously trying to save face. Girl, just divorce Petty, the artist, and move on. Yeah. I agree.
She got married because she did. She got a baby after she did. Not because she did, but all this stuff after Cardi did. So, I mean, just think about it. Like, the elevator is not going all the way to the top. I think it stops like right about here. This is where the penis comes into the mouth. So I think this is where it stops at. And she doesn't get it. Like, she's not thinking. She risked her whole career over this man. For what?
BJ didn't say happy birthday to you, baby daddy.
Thank you.
And hey, BJ. But yeah, I agree with Teresa. They should have left her alone. He should have registered as a sex offender and kept it moving.
Absolutely.
Right. And just been quiet. Like,
Yes.
if she wants to marry him, that's her business. But I don't get this whole
They were tripping on it, but they weren't really tripping on her doing it. Like, she loved her, she loved him. Let it go. I mean, to the point that Rihanna was about to put her in the whole damn show. But now she's doing this. Like, all this stuff coming out now, like, it's like, girl, now, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
You don't risk your entire life, your livelihood on this man. Something's not right up here.
Right. I agree. Well, I'm gonna end it here.
Okay.
So you can because we're at the 55-minute mark. I want you to be able to have some in between time for your game night tonight. The happy birthday celebration. Are you gonna have your Cash App up? Yeah, everything up. So
yes, you're gonna be calling in to say happy birthday to me in the middle of us playing games. It's gonna be like an extravaganza.
Right. Hey,
so yes, we're gonna be doing game night, but people are gonna be calling in the middle of it. Maybe we'll ask them some of the questions or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it now. I didn't really think this all the way through, but we're gonna do it tonight. I know it's game night. So
yes, I know it said Dad better start on time.
First of all, I always start on. I'm never late. I'm always on time.
Oh,
and Kat in the chat, I want her to come up too.
Yes, Kat in the chat, come up.
Love her.
Anointed. I love Anointed. She needs to come up and play the game as well. So
I know Popcorn gonna be there. We talked already.
Yes.
I'm there. I was starting.
Yes, Popcorn. Definitely join. Queen of Cheesecake said, please tell Juan, hey.
I will. He's taking off my birthday tomorrow, so.
I know. With his brother Robert. No, I'm joking.
We're staying in our luxurious space that Michael purchased for us for this night. So yeah.
Right. Nicki Fu said, what did you get off your Amazon list so I don't get you what you already have?
It takes it off once the people get it. So
okay, cool. Charlie said, what is game night?
So we play different games. It's a lot of question games to get to know each other that's on the panel that night. So
okay, cool. Well, that's all I have for tonight. This was fun. We could have went longer. We'll definitely go a little longer next time.
We'll do more articles.
Yeah, more articles. I like to get in and out.
But you got to keep the people at least an hour. We got 2 minutes left, you know.
Yes. So I don't know what happened to Chelsea. She left out after she said we was aggressive.
Well, she's gonna be aggressive with Nicki Minaj while she's sitting outside of that courthouse waiting on her to go to court.
Yes, exactly. Vicky said, "Did we see Robin's new home?"
We can't talk about something else. So okay, I meant to bring this up because I watched it while I was sending you stuff today. So Karen Huger did an interview today, and Potomac this week, last week, she apologized to Giselle.
Mm-hmm.
So Karen said that her apology was not to the first part of the apology was for the children. Mm-hmm. The second part, when Giselle was going off, they cut it. She actually was saying that Giselle was going off of her about Sherman.
What?
Yes.
It's been years since she dated him.
She said Giselle wanted an apology from her about Sherman. She said on the reunion we're going to see it, but she dropped that T today.
You see my face? I'm highly confused. I would think she would want a apology for Jamal.
She said she didn't get a BAMN about Jamal. She wanted an apology about Sherman.
I'm so confused.
But you know what? When we do our reviews, when I do my reviews with Busy's always bringing up Sherman and how they. But the thing is this: Monique, Sharice, and Karen were the blame for Sherman. The thing is this: Karen and Sherman's ex-wife are friends, and so is Sharice. Now, Monique was not her friend. When they brought her on that show, Sharice was the one who initiated that before Karen brought her on, because Karen was going to bring her on regardless because they were friends. But Sharice was doing it because of Giselle's comment about the fireman. So when Sharice backed out of it, Monique doubled down and brought her anyway.
Wow.
So when she apologized, because she said, I apologize to you, and she was like, you ain't even look at me, you apologize too. She said when she apologized the second time, she said they cut it because the second apology was for Sherman.
Oh my goodness, this is just a mess. Like, I'm just like, she went way past that. Like,
Giselle be wanting so many unnecessary apologies, but
yes, that sound worse than the wish death on apology.
Oh, well, Karen's upset again too, because she said that Giselle apologized to her, but then she never knew that Giselle said, Karen will be dead and Ray will be dead before she gets an apology from me. So Karen's on another war path with Giselle again at this point.
So
the interview was good. Because Karen is dropping out a lot of tea on the internet.
So Giselle ain't mad about hotbox and Sing Sing.
Yeah. She probably would have had a hotbox and Sing Sing at this point. We gonna believe by the time this reunion is over with, because Karen is out for blood at this point.
Oh, and I can't wait to see it. Like, Karen was good on this last reunion, especially with "Is Jamal coming?"
Yep.
Like, that was my favorite line.
And like I always have been saying, and Karen said it today, she said, I never said anything about Giselle. I asked Giselle questions, and she did. She asked Giselle questions about what her father said on last season. That was what she did. And she asked, was Jamal coming? She would say, Jamal's not coming. Is Jamal coming? So shout out to the Grand Dame, because she is giving out the interviews from the gods.
Yes. I wish we could have her on the show.
I wish we could. I would love to talk to her.
Yes. Well, we're going to end it here. I want you to be able to get ready for your show.
And we made an hour at this point.
Yes, it's in one. Yes, we're at an hour. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Candy Shop. I also dropped So Debonair's link in my description as well. Subscribe to So Debonair.
And if y'all coming to game night, make sure you have your drinks ready.
Yes.
Because we're having a good time tonight.
Yes, we are. And thank you, Jam.
Hey, Jam.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm gonna play my little theme song.
I love your little theme song.
But I want to welcome everybody to my channel.